Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series, The Week That Was, College Football History Review, the 1982 college football season. This is week 6, October 9th, 1982. Let's get into it. We're going to start with West Virginia, the number 16 team in the country. They beat number 19 Boston College by a score of 20-13. Not at the 13-13 game, turned on punt, fumbled by Boston College cornerback George Radachowski. Covered by West Virginia at Boston College 13-yard line with 1:26 left. Almost late quarterback Jeff Hostetler ran and winning touchdown from 2 yard out with 28 seconds left. Linebacker Darryl Talley had 15 tackles, had harassed Eagles quarterback Doug Flutie all afternoon. Boston College scored sole touchdown on fake field goal as holder quarterback John Lockery threw 8-yard pass to tight end Scott Nizzolak. Rutgers beat Army 24-3. North Carolina, the number 12 team in the country, beat Wake Forest 24-7. This is a great matchup between Alabama and Penn State, but number 3 Penn State faced number 4 Alabama in the battle of two top 4 teams. And Alabama, the number 4 team in the country, beat number 3 Penn State 42-21. Coach Bear Bryant's mastery over Penn State reached 4-0 as Crimson Tide picked off 5 passes was picked off, including linebacker Eddie Lowe's 31-yard touchdown that wrapped up the route. Alabama's second to last score was Nittany Lions' gift. Up back Mike Sutter. Back then to punter Ralph Giacomo, blocking own team's punt. Bama recovered at Penn State 11-yard line for 40-yard reversal and scored 2 plays later. Now, Tide earlier had blocked punt by Giacomo, recovering at State 14-yard line to set up opening touchdown on 4-yard keeper by quarterback Walter Lewis. Lions surrendered most points since 49 to UCLA in 1966, but scored twice on touchdown passes by quarterback Todd Blackledge, who had new school season touchdown passing mark with 17. Vanderbilt upset number 14 Florida by a score of 31-29. Now, these were your grandfather's Commodores because quarterback Whit Tyler ripped through the Florida defense by completing 30-47, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, led by quarterback Wayne Peace. The Gators gained 540 yards, 30 first downs. None of that made much difference when time elapsed as tight end Mike Mularkey was able to get out of bounds on final play at Vanderbilt 38-yard line. Vanderbilt had taken a 21-14 halftime lead after a pair of second quarter touchdowns passes by Tyler, who led offense to 226 yards in opening half. Now, Florida tied game at 4-yard touchdown run by fullback James Jones, but fell behind for good in allowing 10 straight points with final touchdown coming on end zone fumble recovery by Vandy tackle Rob Monaco. The tie was the narrative between Louisiana State and Tennessee. Number 18 Louisiana State tied with Tennessee by a score of 24-24. When final bell rang, this fight produced draw. Volunteers tied it when kicker Broad Reeves hit 52-yard field goal with 2:07 left. Tennessee cornerback Carlton Peoples came up with interceptions to set up Reeves for another 52-yard attempt at game's end, but missed by foot. Tigers quarterback Alan Risher threw for 192 yards, but also tossed 3 interceptions. Lost 4th-quarter fumble, leading to a tie and field goal. Risher's 24-yard touchdown run after that happened gave LSU 7-6 lead on a 24-yard touchdown run by Risher. LSU defense scored a touchdown when cornerback James Britt took interception 44 yards. And with game about to get away, the Volunteers wide receiver Willie Gault took ensuing kickoff 96 yards to tie the game at 14-14. The Tigers answered with 10 straight points, including a 3-yard run by tailback Dalton Hilliard for his 9th touchdown of the season. Tennessee pulled within 24-21 midway through the 4th quarter on a 9-yard touchdown pass by quarterback Alan Cockrell. to wingback Daryl Wilson. Special teams were special indeed for Volunteers in the game. LSU's 434 yards to 268 yards. Offensive advantage. Let's go score touchdown. Punter Jimmy Colquitt averaged 5 punts, 53 yards, and Reeves nailed 3 field goals. Wisconsin beat Ohio State 6-0. Next game, Oklahoma beat number 13 Texas 28-22. Oklahoma beat number 13 Texas 28-22. Red River Rivalry meet Oklahoma tailback Marcus Dupree. Came to Norman with high expectations, and he certainly sparkled on his first collegiate touchdown, 63 yards on fake reverse. Fullback Weldon Ledbetter, Dupree's less acclaimed running mate, added 2 touchdowns and 144 yards as soon as rushed for 384 yards to snap 3-game losing streak in the series. Texas did better in the air as quarterback Robert Brewer threw for 235 yards and 2 touchdowns to wide receiver Harkey Walls after using I formation in first half. The Sooners surprisingly switched to Wishbone early in the third quarter to score a 59-yard run by Ledbetter. Dupree accused Texas of providing him with $143 for cowboy boots during the recruiting process. Now, Longhorns ended up with years probation for that selling of complimentary tickets. I got Missouri and Kansas State in a tie, 7-7. Baylor played the University of Southern Methodist, number 16 in the country, Southern Methodist. And Southern Methodist beat Baylor 22-19. With Baylor defense focused on SMU running attack, the Mustangs quarterback Lance McElhaney burned them with trio second half touchdown passes. SMU tailbacks like Eric Dickerson and Craig James may have been held to 180 yards less than combined average, but their presence opened up the passing lanes. Due to 8-man fronts, Bears defense often employed. Baylor took 13-0 lead at halftime as 2 field goals by kicker Ben Perry, and 1-yard run by fullback Alan Rice, set up by safety Ron Francis, punt fumble recovery of Ponies wide receiver Keith Brooks, bobbled at SMU 12-yard line. By halftime, Mustangs managed only 44 yards of offense against Bears defense led by defensive end Charles Benson, who had 3 sacks. Now, McElhaney changed that with 2 third-quarter touchdown passes, including 70-yard bomb to wide receiver Jackie Wilson after Baylor regained lead on quarterback David Mangum's 38-yard touchdown pass to tight end Sam Houston. Henry went to air again for winning 3-yard touchdown pass to tight end Ricky Bolden. His second touchdown catch followed by a 2-point conversion with 3 minutes left. Winning 75-yard drive. Featured 45-yard rushing by Dickerson. Punter James averaged 8 for 47.7 yards average, including 75-yard boot. Brigham Young beat New Mexico 40-12. Off to their best start since 1945, Lobos from a way-back lead with quartet of second-half touchdowns converted into 26 third-quarter points by Brigham Young. Fullback Casey Tiamoglu scored 2 touchdowns in third quarter as Cougars obliterated 12-7 halftime deficit. BYU quarterback Steve Young threw 2 touchdowns, ran in another. New Mexico had scored in the first half on 1-yard runs by quarterback David Osborne. Running back Carl Raven as rushing attack gained 26 yards. Number 11, Arizona State beat Stanford 21-17. The Sam Devils escaped with victory as fullback Dwayne Wright, whose fumble moments earlier had halted previous drive, scored from 1 yard out and closing 13 seconds. Needing on 8 seconds to move team 80 yards, quarterback Todd Hans completed 4 of 5 throws to set up Wright's touchdown. Stanford quarterback John Elway seemed to own Hero's role after hitting wide receiver Mike Tarver on go-ahead touchdown. 15 yards with 49 seconds left to cap 9-play 80-yard drive. Card drive began after safety Vaughn Williams recovered Wright's fumble in the end zone for touchback. Tailback Darryl Clack rushed for 112 yards. Arizona State gained 223 yards on the ground. Now, Elway passed Jack Thompson of Washington State as Pac-10 career passing yards leader with 7,837 yards. UCLA and Arizona played against each other where number 8 UCLA ended in a tie 24-24 with Arizona. Yeah, another Pac-10 game went down to the wire. Kicker Max Zendejas booted a 43-yard field goal with 36 seconds left to give Wildcats a 24-21 lead. UCLA quarterback Tom Ramsey then completed 3 quick passes to March, going 61 yards. Wildcat safety Alfred Gross dropped Ramsey's next throw in the end zone before freshman kicker John Lee kicked 36-yard field goal with 2 seconds left to tie it. Ramsey threw 2 touchdown passes but had 2 picked off with score tied 21-21. First in end zone to Cats cornerback Randy Robbins to kill scoring chance. Second to the left linebacker Cliff Thorpe that set up go-ahead field goal. Ramsey rubbed Dennis Dummett out of Bruins record book, breaking Dummett's records for completion of the game, yards in game, career yards with 4,664 yards. Quarterback Tom Tunnicliffe led Arizona on 3 touchdown drives of 80 yards or more, capping 2 with scoring passes, including perfectly thrown 28-yard pass to wide receiver Jay Dobbins. So that concludes a look at Week 6, the games that were played on October 9th, 1982, Week 6. Now it's against October 11th, the AP poll. We had Clemson at number 20, 19 Florida State, 18 Texas, 17 Miami, Louisiana State, 16, 15 Illinois, 14 Southern California, 13 West Virginia, 12 UCLA, 11 North Carolina. Top 10 was Arizona State, 9 Notre Dame, 8 Penn State, 7 Arkansas, 6 Nebraska, 5 Southern Methodist, 4 Georgia, 3 Pittsburgh, Alabama, 2, and number 1 was Washington. So that concludes a look at Week 6. The games that played on October 9th, 1982. College Football History Review, the 1982 college football season. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Do video this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.